Welcome back to Good Morning Vale. Joining me now is Dale Versteegen. He's with Walking Mountains. And I told Dale it was Home and Garden Week, so we thought we'd give you some information on wildlife and how they are attracted to your homes. And at Dale, this time of year, boy, with the bears waking up, they're hungry and they're looking for food.
Yeah, everything's starting to wake up and get moving again because it's spring and they're out looking for food. And we're also starting to get active as well. So we want animals to come into our yard so we can look at them or we want to go out. But we need to be careful. And so I did bring in a great photo of a bear who is clearly showing how desperate they are for calories at the moment. It is climbing along a wire to get to a bird feeder just to eat bird seed. And some of us are sitting there going, that's pretty out there, but they will do this. They'll go for bird seed, they'll go for any dog bowls that are left out, they'll go after hummingbird liquid that's in the hummingbird feeders, they'll try and get into trash cans. Anything they can get their paws on, they're going to try and get into.
I know, what's amazing about this is he's not on a branch. I mean, he's literally just scaling this rope to get over to the...
It's on a rope to get to it, and so it's just pure desperation to try and get that easy meal. And a great way to think about it is they're having to roam considerable distances to find food and forage for up to 20 hours a day. If they can find an area where there is a high calorie amount of food that's sitting there concentrated, they're going
buffet.
to take it. Yeah. So a trash can where somebody may have thrown out a chicken carcass after having a roast chicken or something, that's going to smell, they're going to follow that scent in, and they're going to try and get to it. So it's like seal things up.
And their sense of smell is amazing.
Incredible. Miles away they'll pick something up.
Okay. Here we got a fox.
Lovely red fox. Typical thing that happens. Unfortunately, last year out in Eagle, there was a situation where it wasn't a fox that came in. It was actually a mountain lion because it was watching different animals coming in to dog bowls. So there's a cascade of events that can happen. You may have the dog bowl out there and thinking, oh, my little dog can go out through the dog door and feed and do what it wants when it wants. But if you leave this bowl overnight, you may have foxes coming in. So your first problem may be your fox and dog having an interaction. The second problem may be a larger predator like a mountain lion watching what's going to it. So mountain lions are also looking for an easy option, and a small dog is an easy option for a mountain lion. So there's a big importance of put food away to stop animals coming into your yard so that they're not taking advantage of these easier situations.
Okay. Yeah, I was over in Breckenridge, and some of my friends, there was a little fox that came every single morning. He would smell the bacon, and he knew where to go.
Come in. And so I've got a fox pelt here, and foxes are amazing hunters themselves. They hunt more like a cat. They can actually hear, so I've got my analog watch on, from 40 feet away they can hear this ticking.
Oh, wow.
So when they're hunting mice and things, they've got the ability to get after it, so we don't need to make it easy. They're going to be fine out in the wild. We don't need to feed them. Let's keep them wild and keep that interaction at a distance. It helps us and it helps them. The next one I brought in is our broad-tailed hummingbird, and you can hold this guy.
Wow, look at these. He's so little.
They're tiny. They are coming back into the area now. People will hear them buzzing around. Last week I mentioned that I had my red jacket on and one came and buzzed me because they're trying to find flowers. A lot of people will put out the hummingbird feeders at the moment with a red and yellow on them filled with sugary liquids. That's another attractant for bears that can come in on it.
Wow.
Another thing that can happen is if you leave them in places where you have a house cat, please put them away so there's a good distance, because a cat is going to sit there and watch these birds as well. So you may even be needing to balance out what your cat's doing. Another important thing is these feeders, if they're left for too long, sugar can start fermenting and starting to produce an alcohol-like substance, and it's very toxic to the hummingbirds. So it's important to change it in and out. So it's a great idea that if you have a bird feeder, put it out in the morning, take it in at night.
Okay.
Any dog bowls, out in the morning, in at night.
And once again, the garbage. I know many of the town ordinances have that. Bring it out the morning of garbage pickup, take it back in. And it's not only to keep us safe, but to keep the animals safe.
Yeah, because they've evolved to have different digestive systems, to eat different foods, and it's not what we're eating. So we can actually cause them a lot of problems if they're getting into our food. And obviously, interactions with them aren't great. So we've all seen the different locking dumpsters over in the town of Vale, right throughout here in Eagle. Most of us already have them in Avon and Eagle Vale area where you have to undo a latch to put trash away. Make sure you put them away. If your dumpster in the compound or the community that you're living in is one that's got a big sliding door, slide it closed. Prevent, prevent, prevent. Because once these animals become habituated to associating us with food, it becomes even more risky for us because they start looking for us to find food.
Yeah, well, and also sometimes the animal has to be put down, and that's not right either. So
yes, and if you come to the Nature Discovery Centre on the top of Vale this summer, we actually have a young bear that is there, that is mounted for people to look at, and we have a really great story of his interaction with a local restaurant and how he ended up in our possession. So if you want to hear that complete story, come and see us. It's a fantastic one that highlights that point of people are starting to associate food, and then animals are seeing that association and coming in.
Okay. Okay, perfect. For more information on this?
walkingmountains.org, or you can call us in on 827-9725, or come and visit us at the Discovery Centre opening on June 23rd.
Okay, Dale, you're going to come back, right? Okay.
We'll be back in a moment.
We'll be back with more. Stay tuned. Tracy's up next with your weather.